What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
What's going on in the land? You got okay? Just okay?
I've been fighting this infection or something in my system, and a lot of tough sleeping at night, and so we're going to be okay, I think, but just currently fighting through it.
You've got a very good anchor voice already, but when you're sick, it's even deeper and I don't even know, more sensual. Is that a good word for it? I love your voice when it's this deep, you know?
Very monogamous type voice I got.
We had an interesting show yesterday, and it got kind of interesting towards the end there, and I think we're gonna make it better today, hopefully.
I would say we'd reel it in, but we probably won't.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's weird as we get closer to the end of the week. I think we get a little more loose.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. Not like that again. No, not like that. But it's a very interesting thing that happens. Phenomenon here on the old Northern Life.
I do wish someone out there, if anybody needs a voiceover right now, just send it over this way.
Yes.
We'll voice it for you.
You've got a voice for radio, not a face for radio though. You got a face should be on TV. I think that's perfect.
Thanks,
there you go.
I
See, good stuff.
I appreciate it. The size of your shovel that you're digging out,
Got a big hole I'm trying to work out of,
You're doing all right.
Yeah.
You're doing all right. Well, hey, it is another fun weekend over at the deck this week. That is because the Arrowhead Home and Builder Show gets underway today here in Duluth. It is the largest home show in the Arrowhead region and is your one-stop destination for building, remodeling, and as always, home and garden products. So, Hunter, I believe you're going to be live for the 4 p.m. Today, Thursday?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Later today, I'll be out there live. I know you'll be there later on tonight as well.
I think so. I think I'm going to be there from 5 to 7 in our Northern News Now booth. So,
okay.
I wish I could tell you folks where our booth is, but it's one of those things where I show up and I just start walking around and go, okay, where are we located?
It's usually in the same kind of area every year, but I swear it changes every single year exactly where the location is. So that's the goal. You walk around, you see things, then you see our ugly mugs out there. So come hang out with us, please. That'd be a lot of fun.
Our radio faces.
Our radio faces. I think I'll be there Saturday at noon as well.
Oh,
so
great.
come hang out with me on Saturday.
That's a perfect time.
Yeah, it should be perfect. It's going to be a lot of fun here today. Also a lot of fun on this show here. We're going to be learning all about experimental treatment that's aiming to prevent ALS. And we also are going to be hearing how you can spot when your pet is experiencing pain. Both very important subjects, of course.
Yeah, it's hard. It's one of those things, especially for parents out there. I'm sure when you have like a baby, it's like, how do I know when my baby's in pain?
Yes.
So hopefully you get a lot of information here today with all this wonderful health news.
And what to do when you know that they're in pain. Like, how do I fix this thing? Oh my gosh.
Uncle Hunter just hands it back to Colton.
Here you go, Colton. I don't know what to do. Hopefully you do.
Your baby's crying.
Right.
A new study suggests parents' instincts out there may be more accurate than we think when it comes to their kids' health. So researchers found parents correctly identified serious illness in their children more than 90% of the time, making their concern a key warning sign for doctors out there. The study looked at more than 2,000 young patients and found simply asking parents if they were worried was highly effective at actually spotting severe cases. Experts say even with growing digital tools, nothing replaces a parent's intuition.
That's true. And doctors obviously very good at their job, but like who loves their kid more than their actual parent? My gosh, they know exactly what's going on all the time. Intuition, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I think the intuition too lies with in like a romantic relationship as well. When I'm in the apartment with Mary, when I hear her coming, I'm like, oh, she's got a story for me. It's like it's like certain sounds. You have an intuition with one another.
You start to kind of learn their maybe not tics. Is that the right word or something like that? Their personality and everything like that. And all of a sudden, there's different things that you're like, oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. They're happy. Oh, they're kind of sad right now. That sort of thing.
Based on tone and everything.
Yeah, relationships are cool.
They certainly are.
Kind of fun. Monogamous.
Monogamous. Rocket. With it being April, most Americans actually don't know when Earth Day is. Hunter, do you know what day Earth Day is?
So the only reason I do is because I looked at this slug beforehand.
I should have kept it a secret.
Before I looked at it, I thought it was April 20th.
I also thought it was April 20th.
Okay.
So for the folks at home, I believe it is April 22nd. A new survey of 2,000 adults found only about a quarter could correctly identify that date. And while most people know it happens in April, far fewer know it is the 22nd. So the study also found younger Americans tend to be more familiar with the holiday compared to the older Americans. And Earth Day is celebrated worldwide, as we said, April 22nd.
There it is. Don't you forget it. Mark it on that calendar. Your phones, we got that digital stuff now. It'll alert you every single year. Did you ever do anything on Earth Day for like school or anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes like go out in like nature and whatnot.
Yeah, that was always my favorite. I think it was biology class or something. We'd go out and pick up garbage and plant something and all that sort of stuff. I haven't done anything for Earth Day for a little bit though, so I probably should get out there and, I don't know, plant a tree or something.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
do it. April 22nd is coming up.
I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do a blindfold. Let's go
great.
clean up some garbage. Clean up this city, the streets.
Let's do it. Also, I do have to talk about that Artemis mission too. I think the thing that's blowing my mind recently is the fact that we are a planet that is rotating around the sun, and so this rocket took up from our planet as we're rotating around the sun, trying to aim and catch the moon what's rotating around us.
Yes.
Isn't that just mind-blowing?
The amount of math that goes into something like that, and you have to be exactly right, and it's like, you're just going to trust the math?
Yeah.
But obviously it works out. It works out in the end. It's absolutely insane.
In my brain, it's like, oh, you just take off, you go there, and you come back. It's like, no, we're all kind of rotating and moving, and you have to guess where it's going to be.
That's insane too, but then also you got this big satellite, so I forget what the satellite's called, but the one that's going the furthest away from the planet, going out into far outer space, and they used all these different planets and the trajectories of these planets in order to launch it and make it go further and faster, so they had to know the exact places of all these different planets. It's like, how on earth do you do that? It's insane.
A lot smarter people than I.
Yes, I'm with you, man.
Let's get to a wild animal story today. In Pennsylvania, police responded to an unusual call from an Uber driver. The driver reportedly picked up 2 passengers in Philly after a reptile show the night before, and somewhere along the ride, the passengers say they spilled the contents of their bag. However, the driver just kept moving, and the next morning he opened his trunk and found a ball python. So fortunately, an officer was able to come and pick it up safely.
You know what, Ryan? That would be the last day I'd be an Uber driver if I ever found a big python in the back of my car.
I'm closing up shop.
Yep.
And quickly before we head to break, a police officer rescued a skunk which had a container stuck on its head. In a Facebook post here, Homer Police Department sharing 2 images of that trapped skunk. And it sounds like the officer was not sprayed and the cup was eventually removed.
It's also crazy. How does the officer not get sprayed? I would think skunks easily spray out their juices or whatever, you know?
They can't see.
They can't see. That's true. That's
Our director,
true.
Shania, wants us to end this block. We'll see in a little bit.
Welcome back, folks. Northern News Now's Laura Lee is bringing us a feature story later tonight here at 10. Let's take a sneak peek.
Artificial intelligence is transforming the way we live and work, and for businesses, it can be a powerful tool.
The real question is, what doesn't AI do?
But there's a darker side.
They're easily preyed victim on.
We explore the impact of AI in society, hearing from technology experts, law enforcement, and a victim of a scam. Join Laura Lee for this special report, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of AI, Thursday at 10 on Northern News Now.
I'm excited for this one. You know, obviously a lot of good with AI, but at the
Yes.
same time, there's a lot of things that could probably be used nefariously.
Yeah, and I feel like there's not many regulations on the bad and the ugly, or that side of everything. So very interesting to see this is developing so quick, but can our laws and our rules develop as fast as this AI develops too, you know? It's kind of crazy to think about all that.
Pretty spooky. Also,
Yes.
you know, part of the good side too, my fiance Mary kind of runs her own business too, and so she's asked Claude, which is an AI chatbot, like, hey, how can I better automate my business, you know, to help me out since I'm only one person running it. And it provided this like 90-day plan to like, and it already seems to be, you know, showing some great improvements.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing.
So,
that's the good side right there. Yep.
Focus on the good. Well, hey, in health news today, about 35,000 people in the U.S. are living with ALS, better known as Lou Gehrig's disease. But sadly, right now, there is still no cure for it.
That's true. However, there is a patient who is receiving an experimental treatment with the hope of a different outcome.
Jeff Vierstra isn't afraid to ski down an iceberg off the coast of Chile or skydive over British Columbia. What does frighten him is his family history.
My mom died of ALS, and all of her siblings did.
And how old were they?
They were in their late 30s and early 40s.
ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a progressive disease that causes the nerves controlling muscles to deteriorate. Over time, a patient loses the ability to walk, talk, and eventually to breathe. Vierstra and his sisters all tested positive for a genetic mutation that made it likely they would develop ALS.
Living with that sort of like cloud over you is like mentally and emotionally like really difficult.
Both his sisters developed symptoms. They took part in a clinical trial at Columbia University for an experimental treatment targeting the mutated gene. Neil Schneider, the doctor leading the trial, also examined Vierstra.
We did electrical testing and EMG, and there were abnormalities on the EMG. We thought this meant that this was an early sign of disease onset and that he was at risk for developing full-blown disease.
Dr. Schneider offered Wierstra the same experimental treatment given to his sisters in what would become the first known attempt to prevent ALS.
I jumped at the opportunity to do that.
You're thinking, let's be proactive.
Yes.
Every few months for the past 3 years, Wierstra has been receiving infusions in his spine that target and disable the mutated gene. Both of Wierstra's sisters eventually developed complications of ALS and died.
I think for them, like, it actually extended their life.
As for the previous mild abnormalities seen on muscle testing,
We repeated that study a year after the abnormality, and it had normalized.
now 41, Wierstra has not developed ALS, outliving many of his family members.
How big of a deal is this?
Oh, I think it's a very big deal. And I think there's real hope and opportunity and to make this at least a livable disease, one that isn't fatal.
He continues to work as a scientist as well as ski, hike, and travel the world.
What are you thinking?
Well, I feel like I'm getting another lease on life, and maybe this actually is working for me.
Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
Wow, what an incredible story. Very inspirational, of course, and it gives you hope for the future when it comes to ALS. Jeez.
Especially one of those things where it's like you feel like you're just probably helpless. You
Yes.
know? So actually having a tool now to extend some life, hopefully, is a really positive sign.
Yep, keep that good thing going for sure.
Let's head to Massachusetts now, where an endurance athlete is off attempting a historic climb this week. Ty Andrews is now heading to Mount Everest, aiming to become the fastest person to reach the summit without using supplemental oxygen. He's been training at a performance lab, fine-tuning everything from his endurance to his strength, and Andrews is on his way to the mountain, hoping that his preparation will give him the edge for this world record attempt.
That also fascinates me. Just going up with everything, like with the oxygen, but then you're going to go up there and not have any tools or anything like that. That's just insane to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that happen all the time?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
With this infection I have, I walk up one flight of stairs and I go, I'm done.
I'm out of breath, yep.
So, yeah, good on him.
Yes.
Hopefully everything works out. And when it comes to your kitchen, you likely fall into one of two categories, either strictly following food expiration dates or using the dates listed on packaging as a loose guide. So with rising costs, it is important to follow those dates down to a T. A registered dietitian says pay close attention to expiration dates printed on perishable food items in your fridge, like meat and dairy. And if something doesn't taste right, you should probably get rid of it.
That's true. Don't keep eating it. We do a segment on KQ called I Was Poisoned.
Yeah.
And over half the time, it's always somebody that tastes something wrong but keeps eating it. Don't keep eating it. Throw it away.
One of the worst things the smell is so bad is when I buy ground turkey and then it turns a little gray and I still try to make it and then there's the smell that fills the apartment. I go, I'm just gonna throw that away.
Gonna chuck it,
Yeah,
yep.
so, well, hey, coming up, the world's coolest Zamboni when we return.
Welcome back, folks. We have a new clubhouse leader for the most incredible Zamboni in the world. This is the Zamoth. It's part Zamboni, part mammoth. All awesome, of course. The Utah Mammoth debuted the Zamoth for the first time this week, and the Zamboni was originally used to resurface the ice at the hockey tournaments during the 2002 Winter Olympics way back in Salt Lake City. It's now been repurposed, not as an actual Zamboni, but as a fan experience. So it's actually, oh my gosh, I didn't get to watch the actual video beforehand.
It's pretty cool.
That's nuts!
But sadly, it doesn't actually, be used as a Zamboni. So
Okay.
I think that would probably be more impressive, but the design here is pretty sweet.
I've never seen anything that cool in my life. I don't think.
Wow.
I think that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to
Wow.
ride that thing.
Well, get Hunter out to Utah and we'll get him on the Zamoth.
I'm in. Fly me out there.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
it.
Hey,
Maybe
cool,
not fly.
Cool team name, by the way.
Yes.
The Mammoth.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. For pet owners out there, a new study reveals dog owners may be missing early signs when it comes to pain in their pets. Tina Kraus has more on the subtle changes that often go unnoticed.
6-month-old Arlo keeps his owner on his toes. The pup has been healthy so far, and Oliver Mars Ridley says he's confident he could tell if Arlo wasn't feeling well.
You generally know, they're no different to humans in the sense of you can see their emotions change.
But new research shows dogs can feel pain in ways that are easy to miss, long before obvious injuries. The study in the Netherlands asked more than 500 dog owners and more than 100 non-owners to spot 17 behaviors that might signal discomfort.
Maybe in some cases we see obvious signs like lifting a paw or limping, but signs of stress and fear can also be indicative for pain.
Veterinarian Sylvia Gardeveg says easy-to-spot behaviors include personality changes, hesitant paw lifting, fluctuating mood, and reduced play. Others, like yawning, air sniffing, or nose licking, often go overlooked. Even dog owners sometimes mistake subtle signs of hurting for stress. Because pets can't talk, do we need to be better listeners?
We need to be better observers. Just non-judgingly observe. Because in this way, we see the details, we see the animal's way of communication and expression.
Researchers found experience helps. People who've been in pain themselves or whose dogs have suffered better notice the silent signals.
The owners are the experts of their animal.
Gardeveg says the key is watching closely, like Oliver does with Arlo, to pick up on early pain before it's too late. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Dogs are so sweet. Are you ever going to own a dog again?
Oh, Mary and I for sure want a dog.
Yes?
Yeah, but I think we want a house first and then a dog.
That's
so that
smart.
way it can run around.
That's great. Yeah, with the band, it's tough to own a dog. We had a dog for a while, and then of course the dog got older and all that whole thing. But then now I do want another dog someday, but I might have to put the band stuff to the side, or maybe you take care of it every weekend or something like that. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Good buddy out there named Ryan Half might help me out.
I'm sure a lot of bars here in the Northland would very much welcome your dog.
That's true, honestly. A lot of bars have dogs just in them. Kind of crazy.
Oh, that'd be fun. Well, you've only got a little less than a week left to file your taxes. Hunter, have you filed your taxes?
No, I have not.
Hunter.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you're a good boy.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I beg your pardon. Well, you still got some time. You have until the 15th, I believe. You also can file for an automatic 6-month extension, but that is just for filing, so you still have to pay what you owe by April 15th, or you might incur some penalties.
We've done both of those before, so there you go. It gets complicated with the band again, so we're figuring that stuff out.
Gotcha. You need a CPA.
Yes.
The old CPA.
Yes.
Well, coming up, an important note about tomorrow's show. Stick around. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome back, folks. Coming up tomorrow here on Northern Life, our wonderful director Shania has put together an extended version of our blindfold from over at First Lutheran Church. So be sure to join us tomorrow as we enjoy even more fun from our organ playing experience. Yeah, it's just tough to fit in all into one package, You got 5 minutes or whatever. So there was a lot of cool stuff from that story that I think you're going to be enjoying tomorrow.
Also, a lot of suggestions, too. It sounds like Hibbing also has a pretty impressive organ that the folks, our viewers want you to check out. So Hibbing might be our next stop. You've already played the one in Ironwood.
That's true. Yeah. I would be so down for an organ tour. Can we do this? Can this actually be a thing?
That'd be great.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
And by the end of it, I'm just proficient, hopefully, in playing organ.
It'd be great.
Yep.
Hey, before we go, Winnipeg just hosted one of Canada's largest arm wrestling tournaments. In just its second year, the event drew more than 100 competitors from across the country competing for bragging rights and cash prizes. And organizers say the tournament is growing fast with hopes to bring it back even bigger next year.
Were you ever good at arm wrestling?
I remember used to doing that a lot in middle school. And man, the thing about doing it now as an adult, like professionally, I feel like my arm would just snap in half.
My elbow, it hurts. What the heck? We're getting older.
My knees already hurt enough, and my elbow hurts from golfing, so it probably would not end well.
Just keep adding joints that are failing us,
more ice.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes. We love you so much.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.